Are you ready? Are you ready? Because we've got 3 days of very cool stuff lined up for you. You should carefully consider whether trading is suitable for you in light of your circumstances, knowledge, and financial resources. You may lose all or more of your initial investment. Opinions, market data, and recommendations are subject to change at any time. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. This is training. This is something you will research and make sure that it fits you. So please take notes, write your questions down. Most of the speakers will take questions on the fly, but some do like you to hold until they're done with their presentation. So Kenny the Warlock, Glick of Hit the Bit. I
Yeah.
do want to introduce you though. And so while everybody's seeing you, this is Kenny the Warlock Glick. He's been trading since 1994. He's had
Hello.
some exhilarating highs and plenty of soul crushing lows. He sent us in a video talking about his worst trade ever, which we're going to see later in the week. Through it all, though, he's still alive and kicking today, as you can see. And most of his success came in predicting the downfall of the market in 2000 and 2008. Do we have another one coming? As his mom raised him to be quite pessimistic. I don't find you pessimistic at all. Now, he spends a good portion of the day teaching new traders about all the pitfalls and nonsense that goes on during the trading day, and he uses the awfulness he's witnessed to instill some good rules to live by for the new trader. He helps people get through the learning curve, aka losing money, or better yet, not losing money in trading so they don't get themselves into a hole right from the start. So you got to watch some of his videos and you'll know he likes to have a good time of trading. You're going to love this next session. He's learned that the less serious you are, the easier it is to deal with the stress involved with this business. That's a great bio.
Thanks.
And now I will make you able to share your screen and hold on for 3 seconds and I'll make you an organizer, and you know it interrupts the microphone, right? So hold on 1 second.
You got it.
All right, I think you're back. Hold on, I got to unmute you. They've added a new feature here where when I change it like that, I have to actually unmute your microphone. There you go.
All
Thanks
right.
for coming. Great to see you.
Yeah. So you got my silly looking face. I shaved today. Look at me. Pretty.
I think that's pretty good. Yeah.
All right. You got my screen? Because right now, well, I'm going to go right into it. So if you
All
see
right,
my,
I'm going to mute myself and you take it away.
all right. Let's wait for my latecomers to show up. Guy in the back's always late. We got to go through the fog of smoke. My entire neighborhood is engulfed in fire, basically. So there's a cloud outside of ash. It is wild. And you go outside, you actually smell it. So the entire state of New Jersey apparently is on fire, and Canada, and it's all coming down here. What you're looking at right now, well, let me just give you a little bit more of a back history of what we're about to embark on. First of all, let's give it up for Anka. I mean, we can more or less replay what she was saying, and I'll just add one more thing. I supply shock collars to my traders, so when they disobey the rules of trading, you get a little, just a gentle shock right on your neck, just to make sure you don't do that trade ever again. Because everything she said was amazing. Having a trading plan, being done by 11 o'clock, not over trading. I mean, the list of things that she was talking about are all so viable. And when you get all that down, it just makes you a better trader. And then she also talked about having something that works for you. I've been trading for 30 years. I've never seen anything like just trading around what you're seeing on the screen. It's 2 lines. The blue line is the VWAP for today, volume weighted average price. If you haven't heard it, take a moment. And if you guys want to take a real moment right now, and I'm saying let's take a moment together before we even get started. And I want you to embrace the word VWAP, volume, weighted, average price. And just take a moment, look deep into my eyes. Now close your eyes. And breathe in the VWAP. Breathe out the doubt. Breathe breathe in the VWAP. And breathe out the manipulation. One more time. Breathe in the VWAP. Hold it. And breathe out the negativity. Yay. So my friends, I've been trading for 30 something years. Some people, my mom says I might have been trading in the womb. My dad was always into the stock market, got me involved when I was 12, explaining mutual funds and, taking the bar mitzvah money. You know the story of every young Jewish boy. We know how to invest. Fast forward many, many years later, I did have some success. I was an awful stockbroker. The movie Boiler Room, that was my life. The whole thing, Wolf of Wall Street, I worked through all that nonsense. And then the reason I was about to walk away from Wall Street was that I did not want to be associated with any of that. And then day trading started to get started back in 1997, 98, and electronic trading started becoming more accessible. Something called Small Order Execution System, the SOES system. There was something called SelectNet. Fast forward, I did have some success. The market was raging out of control. I never saw anything like that before. Nobody had. And one thing I was being taught was that I had a mentor. His name was Isaac. Isaac, if you're still out there, he's probably 85 years old by now. Isaac explained to me the dash for trash, blow off tops, just, things to look for, because he was a shorter and he never saw anything like we were seeing also. And he explained to me there's going to be a point where everybody becomes bullish and then they'll start saying this time is different. And that's when we start shorting the market, young Kenny. And I said, okay, I'm waiting, because I've been getting my ass kicked trying to short this market. And there it was, the dash for trash. He started talking about these penny stocks that started to move. Stocks like that never, ever even participate in the bull market. They're in their own little world. When they started ripping higher, he's like, the end is here, February 2000. And then he started to say, everybody's bullish. Sentiment is completely bullish now. We should start shorting the market. And what he showed me was how to short the market. And it was glorious. And we crushed everything in our path. And while everybody was trying to figure out what was going on, we were laughing our way to the bank. It was a great time to be alive. Fast forward 10 years later, 15 years later, banking crisis, same scenario. Everything was rip-roaring. Everybody thought everything was fantastic. And that's what happens. We rolled over. Then again, 2021, same scenario. Pandemic, stock market got a little bit out of control. The government took it over. There was zero interest rates. Nobody had anything else to do with their money but buy stocks. And when Goldman Sachs started talking about how it's not a bubble, VWAP was telling me around February 2021 that this market's about to run out of steam. And it really was. It was an amazing moment. I mean, you don't see it now because all the prices have been adjusted. The market was telling us at 381, we're about to roll over finally and get slammed. And Goldman Sachs around the same time was telling us that we don't understand what a bubble looks like. We're too ignorant to understand the market. And that was my cue to make sure all my members, if Goldman Sachs is trying to tell us to stay calm and stay in the market, that's when we run and we short. And we all got paid. And 2022 was one of the greatest years my members ever had, because we were liquid and loving it. Most of our money was going into silver and real estate. I have zero money in the market right now, just a dribs and drabs of a couple of names that I like. But I'll show you why I don't own stocks. So let's go right into it. Let me show you why I don't own stocks, because a day like today, this might not seem like it on the surface, but today is one of the greatest trading days in the history of trading. Let me say it. Let me hear it out. Say it out loud. Be proud. Today is one of the greatest trading days in the history of trading. Let me show you why. Obviously, we've been in a raging bull market basically for a year now. They're finally starting to call it a bull market. That's why you're starting to see the market go down now. Not a coincidence. But the most important thing, why today was the most important day in the history of trading, is that swing trades that we did have on, like a Palantir, got to certain levels. This orange line is what we call multiple time frame VWAP. So if you've heard of VWAP, volume weighted average price, most people use it as a day trading tool. It can be used as a swing trading tool also. You just use it on multiple time frames. But we're going to leave that for another conversation at some other time. I'm going to show you how you can use it intraday and on swing trades, but intraday combination of long-term meets short-term or short-term meets long-term. So if your long-term goal has been met, VWAP's telling you that this is a lifetime VWAP. So Palantir got to where we wanted it to go. So if a stock gets to your target, what are you supposed to do? Sell. And when you're trading VWAP, yes, VWAP is institutions. So when you get to a price that's so significant, you have to assume there's going to be some sellers up there. So this is a 5-year chart. So now let's go back to a 1 minute, 1 day chart. And there is what I wanted to show you. Palantir, this is the 1 minute, 1 day. This is just from today. So if you're trading options, if you're day trading, again, normally your day trading is your $30,000 in an account. You could trade any stock you want. You don't have to worry about the pattern day trader rule. These trades that we do on a daily basis, and I want to throw this one out there. We did about 18 trades today. Every single one of them worked. What? That's right. 18 individual trades. Every single one of them was a profitable trade. Does that happen every day? Nope. Some days you go over. But the best part about when you trade VWAP and you trade price, every trade you put on, get this for a visual, every trade you put on, your risk is small and your rewards are medium to great to unlimited. Obviously, if you own a call, you have unlimited potential, but every trade you put on has limited risk for medium, large, and unlimited rewards. Let me say that one more time. Every trade you put on, your risk is completely defined and you have limited risk for usually unlimited reward. But what makes VWAP trading so exciting and why today on this, what seems like innocent little pullback on the Qs, not much going on. Today is one of the most glorious days we've had trading of the year because we were able to get out of swing trades and then short the same stocks that we just got out of because VWAP was telling us that it was time to get short. So what you're looking at right there on the Palantir trade, again, if you guys know Palantir, congratulations. We finally made some money on a long trade on Palantir. It's been about a year. The stock's been in the dumps, but let me just show you the 1 year chart. And again, let me just I'm going to get rid of these lines. These are all lines from prior trades that we've done. So let me get rid of all that, and I'll show you the most amazing thing ever. So once again, what I was showing you is that the orange line, that's multiple time frame. When Palantir gapped above this 1 year VWAP, it was telling us that the all clear signal had been sent. So we started to think of it more as a swing trade. So our entry price was $8.32. And as I showed you before, our exit price was waiting for us today at $17.37. Look where the stock went to, $17.16. We missed it by 20 cents on a $17 stock that we were up 100% on. But we got close enough. So we made money on the swing trade, and then we went and said, hey, so if our target's been met, why don't we take the profit? And also, if VWAP tells us maybe we can get short the stock with limited risk and make some money on the downside. So when we came in, we said, hey, look at this Palantir. Woo, it's at 17 bucks. Let's take our profit and get the hell out of here. And then it presented it as a short. So the profit taking became full-blown sell-off. And this trade up here, this one little blue line, that's your 1 minute VWAP, that tells you that there's institutional money exiting. And the orange line is just your prior day VWAP. We call this the 1 minute, 1 day. 1 minute, 1 day. Today's VWAP, this is a combination of prior day VWAP and today's VWAP. And what I have seen, and this is insanity for me to even say out loud, when this trade shows up, it works 90% of the time for now going on 11 years. Let me say that one more time. When this specific trade shows up, 1 minute, multi-day VWAP reversal. So the stock goes through the 1 minute and through the multi-day and then goes negative. 90% of the time, you get what you need to make money. And what is that? Follow through. You need the stock to keep going in that direction. But look at this trade where you're getting in. You're getting in at $16.60. By the time it hits 16, you're already having a great trade. Look where it got to, $14.64. So what we do here is with a very simple script, I give this to you, all my members. You have the same chart that I have, and I do this on a daily basis. What we're doing here is what I do for 2.5 hours every morning. Like Anchor was saying, we're out of here by 11 o'clock. I call it Price is Right trading. Price is Right starts at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'm on the East Coast. I want to be watching Price is Right. I want to be ready for the Showcase Showdown. I want to be there when Come On Down starts. Love Price is Right. Been a fan since I was a kid. I want to be done by 11. This trade actually worked out where you just could have stayed in trend. But let me get back to where I'm showing you here. This trade right here, if you're shorting at VWAP, right? You see how it didn't break down the first time? When you start to notice that, and again, this is what we teach, it's just setting up the trade. So if you said, okay, this Palantir looks like it's going to roll over. It dipped under the VWAP, but didn't follow through, and then it tries to break back above where it broke down from. There's the real fail. Then the roll. So that is just a confirmation of what you thought was about to happen here. That's where you put the trade on, and this little double top, voila, you have now defined the trade. So what am I saying here? You're shorting the stock at $16.61, and you're looking at an 18-cent stop, because there's a little double top, prior candle highs, and your target is the next VWAP. So do the risk reward. Here you're getting shorted, let's call it 1660. You're looking at 1676. You're talking about 16, 17 cents of risk for a possible at least 50 or 60 cent move. And then what we look at is prior VWAP underneath there. So what did I just do? I just did magic. So what it did was, now you had the 1 minute to the 1 day. Look how it got there. This is just your proof. If you need proof that the market is rigged to price, VWAP trading is the proof. The market is rigged. It is manipulated to price. So if you just trade price, you'll be on the right side of the market. Recession, doesn't matter. Crashes, who cares? Rally from hell, awesome. It transcends all markets. So it tells you when to be long, and it tells you when the trade is over, and when to flip the script and go the other way. But look how beautiful this is. And by the way, if you're not semi-excited about charting, you're not doing this the right way. I've been doing this for 30 years. I get excited. Ladies, look at my face. Don't I look excited? Are you excited? All right, get out of the gutter. But this trade was so perfect today. The 1 minute to the multi-day, you're already getting paid. Now watch what I'm going to do. We have it built into the screen. We could just take 2 days worth of data. Bang! Look where she went. Now you're saying, hey, maybe I stay in this short. Where could we go next, Kenny? Boom. 3 days worth of VWAP. That's the next half number. Wait, so we're going to cover some there, and then where could it go? Maybe 4 days. Bang. Goes to the 4 day, and then look what happens all the way down to the 5 day, where our trade was pretty much complete. So if you trade VWAP and you trade exclusively on price, VWAP gives you the in and the out, and where you should get out if you're right, and where you get out if you're wrong. Thank you. My name's Ken. Take care. That's it. So what I do on a daily basis is we just go through charts. We have a watch list. And once you get the idea of how to trade down, then it's basically just pick your stock. So I'm going to show you which ones we traded today. You guys like Carvana? You better like Carvana. Car company is going out of business any day now, right? But it doesn't matter, because it's one of the best stocks to trade there is. And I really, really mean that, because every day you get follow through to the upside, and look what happened on the downside. And these are not coincidental, right? There's the rollover. Look where she went down to the orange line. That's where the buyers are. All you're doing when you trade VWAP is you're joining in on the institutional buying and the institutional selling. It's like Warren Buffett. Again, I don't know what your opinion is of Warren Buffett, but he's calling you, telling you, yeah, I'm going to be buying the stock right here, and I'm probably going to be selling it at this other price. Yeah, you might want to take it under advisement. I'm Warren Buffett. Who? Warren Buffett. VWAP's like Warren Buffett telling you where he's buying and where he's selling. So any stock. So let me show you the trades that we did today. One of my favorite trades of the day was UNFI. And again, I call it UNFI because that's what it is to me. It's UNFI. I don't know what United Natural Foods Incorporated is, and I don't care, and I never will. But why was it on my watch list today? Look at this destruction. So when you see a stock that's been hammered, usually on earnings, and you see a stock that's down 30, 20 something percent, when they break VWAP, that's telling you that the institutions are taking their profit on their short and or getting involved on the dip to buy a stock that was $30 the other day. Now they're able to buy it right here. And look at what happened, my friends. You're buying at the blue, prior candle low is your stop. So you were buying it at 1996 with a 30-cent risk, and the first price target was $22 for a 10% move. Now I'm going to show you something cool. You like options, right? Who likes options? I like options. You like options? Everybody likes options. Maybe you can't buy 1,000 shares of a $22 stock, right? So watch what you do. Here's your drop-down menu. There's your options menu. This is Think or Swim. You put UNFI in the drop-down menu, and now take a look at these $20 calls. The $20 calls at the same time, instead of buying the stock, you could have bought the $20 call for 78 cents. So $780 turned into $3,000. It's a lot better than laying out the 20,000 to make the $2,000. Here you're laying out 780 to make the same amount of money. And every trade that we do, we trade real stocks. I trade the Qs every day. I trade Palantir every day. I trade Carvana every day. I trade NNOX is one of my go-to names. And what we do on a daily basis, like I said, this is just a glimpse of what I do every day. And my favorite part of these seminars is this moment right now. I do everything for nothing up until a point. We're all in this to make money. I'm in it to make money as well. I think my education is second to none. My chat room, my website, we do a really, really good job. Of course, I'm going to say that, right? But here's why I love doing the way I do it. Just email me. You email me right now, the Warlock at hitthebid.com. Not only will you get a free hat when you do join, but I give you 2 weeks. No questions. Just show up. I don't want your credit card. I just need your name and your number and your devotion, and that you're going to be there for 2 weeks. Because nothing that's said about the market, right, should be what? Can you trust anybody in this industry? I don't know. I've been in it for 30 years. I heard this industry is kind of shady. I don't know. Is it? Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. But you know what proves everything? Volume weighted average price trading and seeing it live. So what I do every day is I come in every day. I start my show at around 8 o'clock in the morning. We start doing pre-market activity. There's always a couple of biotech stocks that are around that are very interesting. We've been trading this UCAR the last couple of days. There's APLD. There's always these crazy biotech high flyers. Very easy to navigate when you're trading VWAP. And then you have earnings, right? Every quarter comes earnings season. There's always something to do. So what I do is just send us an email. I send you a link with a password, and you come and hang out. And then you just ask questions. Because what I want to do, and again, this is how we do it. This is what I want to do. This is how it happens. Wouldn't it be awesome, right? If I could make you money first. Here's some money. Now give me some of it back, and you get to hang with me for the next 3 months or 6 months or a year or for the next 5 years. I'm 51 years old. I don't know. I'll probably be doing this for about 8 or 9 more years. I mean, right now, the way I feel about this market and how I love doing this so much, I may never end. I might just strap in, put the IV in. I'll have a colostomy bag, and we'll just sit here doing it till I just spontaneously combust. I've never seen anything that's this easy to teach, this easy to understand, and how it transcends all markets. So let me show you a couple more trades that we did today. So here's the QQQ. You obviously understand we're in a market that doesn't want to go down, but I'm a shorter. I love shorting stocks, but you got to give me a reason to stay short. Wham! There it is. So just like the Palantir, just like the Carvana, you see where the market tried to break it and it didn't? Once it broke the VWAP and then broke that candle, wham, you're short. So we're shorting the QQQ right here, and look where she went. to the prior day VWAP where we covered. And now watch this. You go take a look at the 2-day. Oh, I got to just crunch my chart up. Got there, bounced off it. Once you got through it, then we start looking for 3 days. It was a little congestion right there because the market had gone sideways for a couple of days. And here's your 4-day. Look how you got there and then rolled through it. Look at the significance of that roll. And then, my God, we actually made it down to the 5. Look how you made a home here for a while. And once you got through the 5, that's when we started thinking, hey, maybe this market can sell off today. And our next target to the downside is sitting there at 346. I don't think we're going to get there today, but that's our overall target on this trade if you guys are still short the Qs, which some of my traders are. So again, it's so easy to navigate. And that word is so dangerous in this industry because nothing is easy. Emotion gets in the way, fear gets in the way, your phone gets in the way, your dog needs to get in the way, your wife calls you. There's a million distractions, the electricity that goes out. I didn't hear the guy in the chat room mention it. There's always something that's going to get in the way. But once you nail this trade, once you understand VWAP trading, you could wake up at any day of the week, turn the computer on, and find an opportunity to make money. So let me show you some more. We traded a stock called MVIS. This one's very exciting. The traders are in it right now on the long side. So the stock popped huge today. Look at the algorithmic print. Hits $8, right? You got a stock with 22 million shares going crazy, but $8. Wham! That's an algo. Stocks go to half numbers and whole numbers. So when it rolls back over through the VWAP, that's where you can establish your risk. Hey, I could short the stock here. Well, let me show you on a 1-minute chart because you can see it better. And you'll start to be, hopefully you're starting to see your amazement. There should be some oohs and ahs in the back. Breaks the blue line. Where does it get to? Prior day VWAP off by a nickel, and that's where you bounced. And then look, as she found some love down there, next thing you know, this is why VWAP trading is so amazing. You could be long once, short, cover, and then VWAP here is telling you this is consolidation between the prior day and today's. And then look, the buyers took the stock back over. Time to get involved. $7 gets you right back to $7.50. These are 50-cent moves on a $7 stock with options. So let me show you the options on this one. These were the $7 calls. Drop the menu down, MVIS, $7 calls. Oh, baby. You like that, right? Right? First you got crushed, and now if you're looking to play the dip, you can chart the options on the same chart. That's what's so special about Thinkorswim and the way we have it coded. So here's a new opportunity at 50 cents, your 50-cent option. You're risking basically 10 cents, and you got paid basically 90 cents. Well, 100% on your money with a 10-cent risk. So the thing about this stuff, I could go on all day. I could talk about this all day, and I do. The real magic is for you to understand the simplicity of it all. So when you come to my website, what are you going to get? You're going to get that chart. So if you have Thinkorswim and you join what I'm doing, I give you this. And again, I go back to, like I said, big fan, Anka. She was talking about scripts. She was talking about scanners. She was talking about, everything that's interesting and, important to know. These scripts alone, years ago, they would charge you $2 or $3 grand just for the script setup. Now, it's about learning the script. I give them away now because they're out there. If you know where to look, all these scripts are out there. It's just knowing where to find the idea, which ones to focus on, and it really is just a process, and that's what we do every single day. Now, going on, I don't know how long I've been running chat rooms. I was talking to somebody, my original chat room was an AOL chat room. Yeah, that's right. I'm that old. I had an AOL chat room. And we just sat in the chat room throwing ideas around, and then we would just, take it from there. No, and also my chat room is, I answer questions all day, so if you guys have ideas. So if there was a way that I could see something that's being asked, if you show me a stock, I'll show you how to VWAP it because it transcends all the markets. So let me just go through a couple of different ideas with you. I had PACW today also, right? This was a really Really, really nice trade. This is the Pac W, this is the bank. What you're seeing there is a trending stock. Now, the original buy was right here as it came back above the VWAP. Stocks that go down first, if they consolidate and break back above it, tend to start a new trend. This was our trend. This was our stock, $8.30. We got paid to about $8.60 and then around $8.75. And then on the way down, we got stopped out of the rest. But here's another way to trade VWAP. Think of VWAP as the indicator of strength. Yeah, it flirts with it. Hey, we're going to get weak or strong. Oh, okay. You tried. Confirmation of strength. Makes new highs. Rolls over. Where does it go back to? Basically tests the VWAP. These tests and these rolls for a VWAP trader are a godsend because now you're getting a different opportunity. Hey, if you missed it here and you missed it here, here we are again. So if you're looking at this stock as it comes back to test the VWAP, you have the VWAP as your backing. So as it starts to lift off, what are we doing here? You're buying it back and you're using the VWAP as your out. That's defining your trade. And look at the next move up and then look again. So even though this stock has had some pretty nice dramatic pullbacks, it's never really broken from trend. And each time it comes back to the VWAP, you have a new opportunity. So again, like I said, every day, this is what we do, 8 to 11, and we just go over it and over it and over it. And, you know, anybody that wants to join us, just email me, the Warlock at hitthebid.com. We'll get to you tonight. I'm going to be out tomorrow, but Friday will be a great day to stop in because all of these trades, all we do is trade on options on Friday. So why do you think that's the case? Options are cheaper on Friday. They're all expiring. So if we have a trade that works really, really well, Friday is the day to really put it to the test because now you're buying options for pennies on the dollar, especially with the QQQ. That's why I love the Qs. You got expiration every day. But, you know, for instance, like a Palantir. Let's go back to Palantir for a second. Now that the stock has got the pop and the drop, usually you have another pop. Today, if you're buying $15 calls, you know, you're looking at, you know, let's just hypothetically speaking, the $15 calls are 30 cents, but you got tomorrow and Friday. So let's say Palantir does make that turn. If you're looking at an option at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Friday, these are going to be 2 or 3 pennies. And if you see a Palantir trade breaking the VWAP on a Friday and that strike price is nearby, you've got a high probability chance that it's going to get there. So now you could buy a 2 cent or a 3 cent option instead of paying 30 cents. And if the stock just moves 10 or 15 cents, you're generally doubling and tripling your money. And if you have those dramatic days like we're having today where we just roll over and die, the money is just astronomical. Percentage gains are just ridiculous. And right now, if anybody is still short the Qs, again, we're actively trading right now. The QQQ short is still in play. You know, again, we're looking at the next leg down. We're thinking 346.65. If anybody is short, you know, as we approach later in the day, that's when we make the decision. Usually we're not holding overnights because there's no reason to. Once you take an overnight, now you're in the hands of the matrix. You hold an overnight, anything could go wrong, especially if you're short. Market hardly ever wants to have more than 1 or 2 down days now, right? It looks like we want to roll over, but look what we just did. We just hit a double bottom. Could be the end of the sell-off already. But the way I look at this, this is your 10-day VWAP. Sorry, I had the wrong chart up there. Usually if we get through the 5, it starts a new trend to the downside. And again, it's only 3 more points on a $300 stock that's already rallied 62 points in the last, 5 months. It was due for a pullback. And again, my favorite time to short the market is when they finally start talking about how it's a bull market now. And you do, I'm assuming you all saw the narrative switch on the TV, right? On the internet, on the interweb. Now they're talking about the bull market. Thanks for waking up out of your comas. Yeah, we've been in a bull market for a year almost. I didn't appreciate the significance of last June's bottom, but I really did appreciate what I saw in October, where we tried to go down, and we couldn't go down. Once we started rallying when they raised interest rates, that was it. The bears were cooked, and they just never know. Again, I speak from experience. I am a perma bear. We never know when to give up. shorting. We're just gluttons for pain. We just love it. We think everything's going to zero. We never know what to cover. But let me tell you, 10 years ago, if I would have had VWAP in my life, I never would have made the mistake that almost ruined my entire career, because I was over. I had the biggest short of my entire career, and it did not work out. But now I will never let that happen again, because I just trade price. And I will admit, if VWAP is right all the time, then I'm just going to accept VWAP. I have my opinions. I have my ideas. Anything I do now needs to be validated by the VWAP. I think I know what I think. I think I know a lot about the market. Doesn't matter anymore to me. I have checked my ego at the door. I am just a clueless, for lack of a better word, I'm just a clueless schmuck. That's what I am. And VWAP is basically my savior. It has led me through everything. It has transcended the way that I trade right now. And you finally see the market for what it is: a manipulated, computer rigged game. It is. It is a casino. And when you start to treat it like a casino, and you treat it just like it needs to be treated, it's just price. These aren't companies. They don't do anything. It's just prices. Do you really think a company's valuation should trade in $20 billion increments every week? What's really going on at these companies that makes these stocks go crazy? Nothing. It's all speculation, fear, greed, and algorithms. Price begets the next price. It's just if-then statements. So why did Palantir break 17 and go to 1650? Because that's what stocks do. And when you have VWAP guiding you, you have almost an unfair heads up of what the stock's going to do. It's like walking into the casino. I don't know if you play roulette, but I play roulette because it's mindless, it's fun. You just throw some money on the table and you hope for the best, right? But what if you went to the roulette table and you knew only 5 numbers were going to hit all night? You better come out ahead. If only 5 numbers, you got 36 numbers and 2 green, but you know that only 7, 20, 36, and 14 are going to hit all night, you're going to win some money. That's what VWAP is. It's giving you the unfair advantage that the rest of this industry doesn't want you to know. It's institutional ownership. It's institutional moving of the market. So again, normally in my chat room, this is where I would just take questions and we just, I just go over charts because I love this stuff. I could probably look at 1,000 charts a day. I just love it. And the quicker you are to analyze what you're looking at, the better a trader you are. So I don't know if Sherry's listening. If anybody wants to throw some names at me, I would love to do that right now. A little interaction, if you will.
I am listening, and let's just see. You should be able to see if you can see the GoToWebinar menu on the side of your screen and open up the questions section. You can pop it out. We've got SPY from Thomas. We've got Tesla from Alan.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look at SPY. Actually, yeah, the SPYs and the Qs kind of basically the same. Qs are leading the charts to the downside, but I'll show you some Tesla. Tesla is basically the Qs. Whatever the Qs are doing, usually Tesla is doing it. Relatively still strong compared to the rest of the market, but you're also seeing that little tiny downtrend. You see where it broke under the VWAP right there? That one candle, that's your stop. So if you're shorting at the VWAP, 227.88, you're basically risking about 2 points, and then you just retrace to the bottom of the market. And right now, kind of a dead day, but consolidation at higher levels. It's not a bad long still, but if I was long, I would have been out of it already. I'm going to show you the trade that we did. I forgot to mention this one earlier. This is one from this morning. We had a firm. This was the same exact trade as the Palantir trade. So let me show you the Affirm. Here's your 6-month VWAP break. Oh, wrong chart. So let me show you the 6-month VWAP. There is, this is fun. Short-term trading meets long-term trading. That's what I love about the multiple time frames. So here's the reason we bought Affirm in the first place. Same thing as Palantir, coming out of this massive downtrend, multiple time frame VWAP. This is a 6-month VWAP break, And then we were just looking for it to get back to where it broke down from, which was 1657. Now watch this. Here's the 3-year VWAP. Sorry, it was the 1 year. So our target yesterday got hit from the down. Here's where we bought it. There's the target up there. And then we started looking at 2 years worth of VWAP. And again, this is nerdy stuff. Look where this stock, according to math, and again, they're saying this stock could, if it gets something going, could go to $40-something. Again, I'm not saying it is, but when you start zooming out, you start seeing the enormous opportunity that this crash has given us. So again, stocks like Affirm, phenomenal, one of my go-to names. But let me just show you on a daily basis why it was so amazing. Just like Palantir, we came in long, woo, got paid. Next thing you know, it's selling off. We thought we were champs. Next thing you know, there's the VWAP break. So all the stock did was test those prior lows. There's a new entry. $18 gets you $19.50. But then VWAP's telling you, hey, it's time to get the heck out of this trade. And she rolls over and gives it all back. Jerry all back. Look at that trade. So that is my favorite part of VWAP trading, and that is why, as a perma bull, a perma bear who loves shorting stocks, there are times where you just can't short stocks. That's the market I don't like. 2 weeks ago, when we just gapped up and slowly went up all day, those are annoying days. There's nothing to do. This is why I'm talking about when the first thing I said today is one of the greatest days trading of the year, because we got paid on the upside. And then the skill that we possess gave us an opportunity. Hey, now that we cashed out, let's crush it on the downside. And you got the 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. And if I had some musical accompaniment right now, this trade is so awesome that we sing a song about it. It's in the tune to Three Little Indians. If you guys want to sing a song, let's sing a song right now. The easiest song you'll ever hear, it's called the 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal song. And it goes like this. 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. The only trade you ever have to take. Boom, boom. 10 Little Indians. Very simple song. I've been singing it for 10 years. And like I said, I've never seen a trade that works this well in my life. And I've been doing this pretty much since I was in the womb. And I will never do anything ever again. So again, everything I do now, any swing trade, any investment comes out of the day trade. I wasn't planning on owning a firm, but a couple of days ago, I think it was about 15 days ago, it gave us this amazing opportunity. We looked at it on a longer time frame. VWAP is telling us this thing could get to maybe 1876. It got to 1950. Then you go back to the 1 day. When in doubt, zoom out. I'm sure you heard that, JC Peretz. You take a look at the overall picture, and then you go back to what we do. We stay in the nucleus. That's what I like calling day trading. Because when you're a day trader, a lot of what everybody cares about means nothing to us. We just care about price. And if you only trade price, what are you going to use? Volume weighted average price, because that is the most important part of the price, where the volume went into that stock. So guy in the back, I see you waving your hand. Yes, it is this easy. It can be this easy. So, I know I got a little bit of time, and again, I love taking questions. So I'm just going to implore you to do this. Show up, start hanging out with me and my crew, see what this is all about, kick the tires, ask questions, get your charts right. Let the VWAP into your life. It has saved me from ruin and has created an entire new way of looking at this market. I always thought the market was manipulated. VWAP proves it. I always thought the game was rigged. It is rigged. VWAP proves it. When you start seeing stocks move to and from these very specific prices, you too will say, there's something to this. And the quicker you realize that there is something to this, you will definitely become a better trader. And again, I can't conjure up Anka anymore. She said it great. If you've got something that works, you keep doing that. So all I could ask you, if you do have something that works, add VWAP to what you're doing. See if it improves. I don't want to tell anybody to do this if you got something that works. But my whole life has led to this moment. And what I mean is I've never seen anything that works this easy. Or I hate using that word because it's still never easy because your emotions are always involved in fear and greed. But this is it. If you ever said, I would love the holy grail of trading, does it exist? This is as close as it possibly can be. And what we do on a daily basis is just show it to you, especially for those first 2 weeks. Because man, oh man, you should be skeptical. You should be jaded. You should be cynical. This is Wall Street. This is trading. It's the easiest, hardest job you'll ever do. But when you start trading only price and you see it for what it is, when you start to understand the mechanics of the market, you go from the nucleus and you start to branch out from there. Learn this trade and everything comes out of the nucleus, and you will start to see the market. You will feel the market and you'll be on the right side of every trade. Because if you're in a trade and it's breaking VWAP and you decide that you don't want to get out, you have now disobeyed the VWAP and you're now going to lose money. If you're on the right side of VWAP, you're on the right side of trade, you're on the right side of life. It really has changed, again, not just the way I trade, it's changed my life. And again, you know the this is a way to get back at that broker that might have given you a bad idea. This is the way to, rub it in your cousin's face who thinks he's got one trade right during the meme stocks craze and he thinks he knows what he's doing. You show your cousin VWAP. This is what it's all about. So anyway, right now, I just got to go back to the trade that we have on live and why we're still in it, the QQQ short. So right now, the reason we're still short the stock, right? Because here's the trend. Sure, it's gotten up, but overall trend is down. You broke down, and I'll show you what we try to do is in the combination of using VWAP, just take a look there. You kind of held support there, and that came resistance right there. VWAP's telling you to stay in trend. Our next target is 3 points down. So we're going to have to let this breathe. And to this point, again, we have an hour and 10 minutes to decide. Right now, we're thinking about staying short the Qs. And again, if they short the Qs, we'd be going into puts for the overnight. So right now, again, it was the 354s to get started. Normally you cash out and then you go to the lower strike just to lock in the gains. And right now, I think we're going to be all right, staying short overnight. I can't believe I'm even saying it because it's been a bad trade. You have not been able to stay short overnight. And the reason I don't take too many overnights is, look, you didn't have to come in short today to make money. It was actually better to be long at first, then it rolled. Most days you're getting an opportunity to get in at a better or equal price anyway. So why take the overnight risk? And that's pretty much the story of the day. It's really the same day every day. It will eventually drive you insane, but it's all right. No trader every trader eventually goes insane. Oh, by the way, you'll never be happy ever again, because when you lose money, you feel like a loser. And when you make money, what do? You complain about not making enough. So basically, you'll never be happy ever again. You just got to try to find some contentment. And that contentment for me is helping other people, making sure they understand, get the mechanics down, and we all live happily ever after. I think that's my time because I just want to go manage my trade. It's been great meeting you guys. The Warlock.
About 10 minutes, Mr. Kenny, and I got a couple of people here going, Kenny, Charleston Tom says BA is a great one to show.
Got it. Yeah. Keep asking questions.
And you had a ton of people asking for VWAP in futures, AMD, MVIS. And does Ninja Trader have multi-day VWAP?
Oh, most platforms don't have the multi-day, but if you have Thinkorswim, they do. TT2000 has it now. TradingView has implemented it. Also, if you'd like to read a book, I always like to plug my buddy's book. This is Brian Shannon, My Hero. Pretty much the only book you want to read about trading. His books, they're very straight to the point, explain the intricacies of why this trade works so well. Brian Shannon, My Hero. Also Zach Hurwitz. But yeah. Boeing, beautiful trending stock all day. Look at the collapse from yesterday, and then it got back over VWAP, really nice one. To my friend who wants to know about futures, awesome. Watch this. So here's the NQ futures. It's the same trade. The same trade. Love it. There's less noise when you're trading the futures. There's only, again, you don't have the market makers as much. You actually do get some good follow through. Plus, you get the 24-hour access to the futures. It transcends all markets. It even works with crypto. Crypto's a little bit different because you don't have the gaps. The 24 hours kind of takes away from that. But you can trade VWAP on basically use it for everything. And again, when I started using it, I just used it on the 1 minute time frame, and that was fine with me. I just started using it, about a year and a half later on the extended time frames. And my friends, I'm telling you, I call it geeking out or nerding out. It is so fascinating that you're going to be sitting there crunching charts, and you're going to have this silly little grin on your face, and you're going to be like, wow, if I had only known about this a year ago or 2 years ago or 10 years ago, I wouldn't have done this. I would have done better here. And that is your aha moment. Everybody has the aha moment. It took me 18 months. I have a kind of a feeble mind. I'm very set in my ways. I'm almost like a curmudgeon. If you guys know what that is. I thought I knew what I knew, and I didn't want to be told anything else.
How did you find it?
Well, that's a great story. One of the members of my firm, Zach Hurwitz, member of my website, he started experimenting with VWAP, and he saw the way that I was trading, because I only trade price. The red lines are support. I just use price specifically. And he saw how I was lining up a lot of trades with multiple time frame VWAP. So he said, hey, why don't you just use VWAP? It seems like you're pricing it. And I was like, who cares about VWAP? He's like, who cares about VWAP? He was as alarmed as I am when I hear people say that now. And he says, just do me a favor, put it on your screen and see if it starts lining up with what you're looking at. And that's how it happened. I was like, wait a second, how is this the same prices I would normally do a trade? But what was really fascinating was that a trade that I love the rollover, kind of like the QQQ did today. I would normally short when it breaks the pre-market lows. So right around the pre-market pivot points. VWAP's getting me into the trade 2 points ahead of where I normally would get into this trade anyway. And that is really where I was like, hey, I'm only using VWAP, because I was planning to do this trade anyway, and now I'm getting in at a better price, and it's clearly defined. So a lot of this, my friends, if you're just listening to this for the first time and you've never heard of VWAP, that's what I do. This is why I do it the way I do. Just send us an email. We'll get you into the chat room, and then it's basically an amusement park of trading. I do everything.
Do you want that to go to you, or do you want that to go to Viper?
You could go to the Warlock at hitthebid.com. So that's my faithful assistant. We call him the Minotaur. By the way, if you come to the website, you need some weird nickname or you can't come in. So get ready to have a nickname. So I'm the Warlock. We got the Viper. We got a guy who we call him Peter, but his real name is Steve. We got the Minotaur, who's my right-hand man. We got Solid. So yeah, you just send us an email. We'll get that out to you. We might be in limbo in the next 24 hours. I'm not going to be in. I might only be here for an hour tomorrow. But again, join up. You get 2 weeks on me. Kick the tires. Meet my friends. All my knuckleheads in there. That again, we are all doing the same thing. Very, very specific. Very, very niche. Very, very all about price, volume weighted average price. And then you'll see my attitude towards the market. That skepticism, that jadedness, it's where you want to be. I come in every morning with the same attitude. I don't want to even put on a trade unless I find something where I have an advantage. Oh, there's one. And then I put the trade on. So again,
I heard.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I heard there's a party at your place every Friday too.
Thursday night. Yep. We do a Thursday night
Thursday
thing.
night, tomorrow night. Are you taking tomorrow off though?
I am taking tomorrow off. Yes. I got a thing. I got a family. But yeah, normally Thursday nights, normally I would invite everybody to the party tomorrow night. We have a couple of cocktails. Yeah, and we talk mostly about options and game planning for Friday. It was born out of, these weekly options, and just getting this trade down, having a trade that works this well, and then parlaying that trade into the weekly options. Woo! So you guys out there with the $2,000 account with the pipe dream of making $100,000, I ain't saying that's easy, But if you're there, if you're trying to do this with the 2 to 5 grand account, this is where to start. Take
Oh,
VWAP
neat.
trades with options on Fridays. That's how you do it, because the risk reward always is in your favor. So you could have a couple of losses and even 100% losses, but the one trade that hits, you usually do 400 or 500% gain.
Wow. All right. I really appreciate you being with us, Kenny. I
Thanks for having
really appreciate it.
me. Yeah.
I'll be in touch for the future.
All right. Good luck, everybody. I'll see
And
you. I'll see you hopefully tomorrow. I'll be around for a couple hours tomorrow, and then I'll be here pretty much all the time. I never leave.
and everybody here today should tune in again in the morning, because I'm going to play Kenny's video that he made talking about his worst trade ever. It'll be playing in the morning. We open the doors at 9:30. We start first speaker at 10, so it'll be in that 9:30 to 10 window. And again, thank you, man. I'm trying to collect a lot of opinions of people who got what's my biggest takeaway, and I'm pretty sure you're going to hit the radar for this.
Cool. And I saw you have another friend of mine coming, Adrian Manns. Stick around for Adrian Manns.
Yeah.
Guy, phenomenal, great guy to talk, great guy to listen to, straightforward, knows the business inside and out. Hello, Adrian. Good luck today or tomorrow.
Have a good afternoon and your thing tomorrow too. And thanks again for being here.
You got it. Good luck, everybody.
Okay, bye now.
See ya.
All right. Was that fun or what? Let me take back my screen, and Kenny will turn off his video.
Bye.
Bye-bye. And then our next panelist is in the wings. That was Kenny the Warlock Glick of Hit the Bid. You've got his email, you've got his website. Check it out. I think it's always fun. Like, I noticed you guys were saying, is this guy for real? This is hilarious. Why not? Life is too short to go around. I love how he said you'll never be happy again, but I'm pretty sure you will be happy again. But he had a point about, if you lose, you're sad, and if you didn't, you make money, you're sad because you didn't make more. But hopefully that won't be the case.